Hello, Transurfer and the Transurfing Curious. My name is Renee Garcia and this is TransurfingTV. Today, I'm going to start a little series. It's either going to run 3 or 4 days, and I'm going to be talking about money, having more of what you want, resonating with the things that you intend to have, and starting the process of dissolving some of those mental barriers, getting in between what it is you want, what it is you have now, and just really opening up those channels so you can start having more by doing more and accepting more, rather than doing the things that you probably are continuing to do that is keeping all that stuff sort of at arm's length. But over the next 3 days, I'm going to break it down, and hopefully maybe something will stand out to you here and you'll make some headway with this. Before I get started, remember to like this video and comment below. My world is taking care of me to enter my daily giveaway for my reprogramming stickers. And subscribe. We appreciate it. So, perfect money. Really, you could exchange this word out with anything. If you're not feeling the love you want, or the adventure, or the freedom, or whatever it is you feel is lacking in your reality, these are some questions that you could ask yourself that could really help you start to uncover what is going on beneath there that is keeping what you intend to have at arm's length. So, as I stated here, everything you have right now is a culmination of your actions, your thoughts, your frequency, and the lessons you have learned. So, I experienced something when I was I would say probably in my early 30s, late 20s, early 30s, I really started to gain some momentum with my primary business. I had an office, a beautiful office in the, district where my business was prevalent. I was really in the zone with my name, and I had a lot of stuff behind me that was helping me succeed in my business, but I lacked capital, right? I didn't have a lot of money. So I had the knowledge, I had the name, I had the location, I had all the stuff that I felt I needed to have, kind of outwardly, right? The outward stuff that I needed to have. And I felt that if I just had more money, I could really kick it up a notch and be super successful, right? So I went to somebody that I knew that had a lot of money, and I knew made loans to people, and I asked him for a considerable loan. I asked him, I think at the time it was like for $100,000. And he said to me, I'm not going to give you the $100,000 because you do not have the $100,000 now. And this confused me. It was like, well, if I had the $100,000 now, I wouldn't be asking you for the $100,000. And he said, the reason that you don't have the $100,000 now is because you're not ready to manage $100,000 now. If you were ready to manage $100,000 now, you would have the $100,000 now. And this was like really a mental, this was a mental like mind fuck for me. I could not understand, well, this doesn't make sense, but now I perfectly understand it, right? My actions, my thoughts, my frequency, and mostly, and that's why I put it in green here, mostly my lessons had to increase in order for me to be able to manage that amount of money. So I'm going to transfer this over to you now. What story do you have that's in line with that, right? So if I needed the $100,000 for my business and I was told no, I couldn't have the loan because I didn't know how $100,000 felt or how to manage $100,000, what are you looking for right now that you may need to up your actions, your thoughts, your frequency, or maybe learn some new lessons so you can bring yourself to a place where you're actually able to manage that thing that you wish to materialize, if that makes sense. So, a few questions here, obvious ones, but they're big, and they're really, really big if you decide that you're going to take accountability, that what you don't have right now is because of something that possibly you haven't done, something you need to do more of, or something that you've done not in the right way, right? So what do you need to learn? What do you need to learn that is going to bring you up to that place where you can have that thing, and most valuably, because this is where it really, really matters, hold on to it, right? So I give this example in my Mo Money course. We've all heard these stories of people winning the lottery and then they lose all the money, right? And sometimes they die, like the number of lottery winners that die, and there's this funny name for it, it's called death by misadventure. And I know, really weird, right? Or they lose the money. It's because they're not in a position mentally or with their frequency to actually hold on to that sum of money. So it leaves them, and sometimes when it leaves them, it also takes something with them, which obviously is not pretty. We want to learn how to materialize the thing, cultivate our thinking, our actions, our frequency, cultivate all that stuff to support that thing being maintained in your life. Not it just coming in, but also it not going out and you being able to hold on to it and grow it, right? So what do you need to learn? What do you need to let in? So this is an extremely challenging thought to try to teach. Anyone. It's been probably my most challenging idea that I still sometimes grapple with, but I've gotten more and more used to asking myself this question and gaining insights when I do, of what I'm doing wrong. So what do I need to let in? Oftentimes it's not about the thing not coming in. It's about my actions that are keeping the thing from coming in. So we all have access to the same stuff, right? We all have access to wealth. We all have access to luxury. We all have access to opportunities. We all have access to the same thing. Nobody is energetically entitled to anything more so than another person. And I know I've said that a lot in my past videos, but it's really, really, really valuable. It's a really valuable point to accept, because as long as you continue to say, oh, that's for somebody else and not for me, then that is you doing that, right? So I think tomorrow my other video will air on me saying, talking about how I grew up, in a very, very lower middle class environment, and feeling as though because of the programming, the environmental programming, the programming from the adults in my life, oh, those things aren't for you, right? Even my mom telling me that toenail polish was for women that had too much money and too much time, right? That stuff will layer on you. That crap will layer on you. And even something as simple as that could be keeping something from coming in, right? This is you putting your hands up energetically to the alternative space and almost denying or sabotaging that thing entering into your layer of reality. So asking yourself, what do I need, not so much what do I need to let in, but what do I need to do to let something in? What do I need to stop doing, right, that is keeping something at bay? And again, it could be something as simple as self-talk. You know, really our language to ourselves can be one of the biggest deterrents in connecting with what it is you intend to connect with. So third, what do I need to do? This is a big one, and this is why I call this lesson Perfect Money, because whatever you have right now is perfect for you where you stand right now. Again, it's in line with your actions, your thoughts, your frequency, and the lessons that you've learned. So what do you need to do? Again, it could be learning, it could be stopping the fight and letting the thing in, or it could be physical action. Maybe it's time to start your own business. Maybe it's time to start a side hustle while figuring out a way to cycle out of your 9-to-5. It could be any action that you need to take in order for you to exit the place that you're in and transfer over to a higher lifeline where more of what you want exists. How do I need to upgrade my thinking? Okay, this is again, and I know this is like, God, it's redundant, but it is so true. In my honest opinion, what was keeping me from what it was that I intended to have later down the road when I realized it was simply about intentions, what kept me from that was my thinking, right? Oh, I'm not college educated. Oh, I grew up like this. Oh, all that stuff is for people that have it easier or people that get it given to them, right? And all this thinking, this self-talk, this lexicon of thoughts kind of going over and over and over in my mind, this would deter me from taking action in the direction of what I wanted, from thinking positively that those things were intended for me, obviously. My frequency would remain low, and I wouldn't derive from certain experiences and certain circumstances the lessons that I needed to arrive to my perfect place of money, right? My perfect money right now, everything that I have is perfect for me in this moment because it matches up with all the stuff that I currently have that allows me to maintain that perfect level of money. Now, it doesn't mean that I can't grow past this, right? I can grow past this, but what do I need to learn? What do I need to let in? Or what do I need to stop myself from blocking, right? What do I need to do? And how do I need to upgrade my thinking? When I do that, when I address those things, then I go up another level. And then that level of money is perfect for me on that level. And then I come back. What do I need to learn? What do I need to let in? What do I need to do? How do I need to upgrade my thinking? And so on and so forth. People that started at the bottom, people like Gary Vee, right? People like Elon Musk, people like Bill Gates, people that started at the bottom and have achieved great, great, great wealth in their lives, they are most likely continuing to learn, continuing to let in, obviously continuing to do, and are in a continual act of upgrading their thinking, right? Without this stuff, you are dead in the water, in my opinion, because I was dead in the water in the past when I just sort of accepted my lot in life, right? And Vadim Zeland talks about this a lot in the book, accepting your lot in life versus challenging yourself to intend for more in your layer of reality. So stay tuned for the next couple of days. There's going to be a few of these, and I hope you gained some value here. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching my video. Bye, guys.